Today I will show you how you can get those smooth, really nice looking professional videos out of your mobile phones. So let's start. Hey guys, it's Nemanja and welcome to another fun episode. This is a review of a Zhiyun SMOOTH 4, a new gimbal for mobile phones, and you can see it right here. And this is how the gimbal looks upside down. So let me show you what's inside. We have a gimbal as a main unit in the box, and this is how the gimbal looks. And we have really nice addition to the gimbal, and that's this small tripod that Zhiyun sends with the package. And this is really nice and handy because you can screw this on the gimbal and then you can place the gimbal on the table or on the ground if you want to record some time lapses, motion time lapses, or some panoramas, etc. Of course, we have a USB cable. This is USB Type-C, and you can charge the gimbal with that, or you can update the firmware and so on. And one more thing that we got with the gimbal is this manual, but who reads the manuals these days? So we will leave it at the side. So before we start, let me first tell you what the gimbal is. The gimbal is basically a piece of hardware that will stabilize your video and make them really nice, smooth and professional looking. And this gimbal is made out of the plastic, but this is really good quality plastic, and this gimbal doesn't feel or look cheap at all. And the benefit because of that is it's really nice and lightweight, and another benefit is that it costs only $139. The battery on this gimbal lasts up to 12 hours, and you can even charge your phone while you're filming, or you can charge your phone while the gimbal is in standby mode and you're drinking a coffee or do whatever you want. You can mount your phone in two directions on this gimbal, horizontally and vertically, and if you want to mount it vertically, then you can use it to create really nice and smooth Insta stories or some Facebook lives, or basically any kind of portrait video. And to mount a phone on this gimbal, you just need to place it on this phone holder right here, to move it all the way down until it's reached this end, and then you need to balance your phone. The better you balance the phone, the less struggle will motors have to stabilize the phone, and you will have even better result. And to balance the phone, you just need to put it in horizontal position, unscrew this screw right here, and move this gimbal arm until the phone is balanced. And how will you know that the phone is properly balanced? Well, if you put the phone in any position, the phone will stay in that position. It will not go out of that. And that's a perfectly balanced phone. You can use this gimbal with both iPhones or Android phones. And one thing that you need to know if you're using iPhones, they have really big issue with the optical image stabilization, and Apple won't allow us users to turn it off. And because of that, you will have sometimes those wobbling or jittering effect no matter which gimbal you're using on the market, and sometimes you will get the same effect while you're filming your video handheld. Right, and now that we covered that, let me show you some options on this gimbal. There are a lot of buttons on it, and to get the benefit of using all those options, you need to go and download the Zhiyun Play app and to connect your phone with the gimbal via USB. And then you will be able to control your phone completely from the gimbal, and you will not need to touch your phone screen ever again. And that's a really great plus. You have a lot of options here to control your phone just straight from the gimbal, but the first thing that you want to do when you mount your phone on the gimbal is to turn the gimbal on. And then you can play with a lot of options here. We have this switch that goes from pan follow mode to lock mode, and if it's in a pan follow mode, then you can move your gimbal left and right and the phone will follow that panning. But if you move it up and down, the phone will stay locked in the same position. If you change it to a complete lock mode, then no matter how you're moving your gimbal, your phone will stay in the same position. If you are in pan follow mode and you want your phone to follow this up and down position, then you have a button on the back of the gimbal. It's this lower button, because you have two buttons, and then you need to press and hold that button, and now the phone will follow those up and down movements of the gimbal, and of course left and right. You have another button on the back of the gimbal, and that is for the phone go mode, and that is a really nice mode if you want to track some really fast motions. If I press and hold that button, you can see my phone will be really responsive and it will follow my gimbal motions really nice and fast. And if I release that button, you will see now that my phone will basically stay in place. It will not be so responsive, and the gimbal will behave as any other gimbal on the market. Right, we have another great feature, and that's this wheel on the side of the gimbal, and you can use it to zoom in or zoom out while you're filming, or you can change the focus while you're filming and to create really nice, interesting results. Of course, you can use this to create those nice vertigo effects, and if you're not familiar, what is it? That's that effect when you see in the movies that the background is stretching, going in and out, or the background is going towards the subject or away from the subject, and the subject stays in the center of the frame. And that is a unique feature of this gimbal. No other gimbal on the market has that option at all. So this is something that is really cool to use. Right now that we cover all that, let me show you some examples that I made using a phone and a Smooth 4. First example is made with the iPhone and a Smooth 4, and this is a short video sketch about a repeating day, actually part of the day that is repeating. So let's watch it. Right guys, this video was completely made with the iPhone and Zhiyun SMOOTH 4, and as you already saw, no matter if I was running, walking or panning, the video is always nice and smooth. And now I'll show you another example that I made with the Android phone LG G5. I was running and following my friend who was running too, and I wasn't paying attention how I'm holding the gimbal, if my arm is shaky or not. I was just paying attention not to hit anybody in the front of me or behind me, because I was running forward and backwards, and I wanted to have my friend in the center of the frame. So if you don't believe me that I was running while recording this video, you can see my reflection in one of the windows for a moment. Alright guys, this is how you can create really nice steady videos with the Smooth 4 that would be otherwise really shaky. And there is one thing that I don't like about this gimbal, and this is the lack of the joystick. Because I think that with the joystick you can be a little bit more creative, but maybe in the future Zhiyun can implement that option through the software update and to use those up, down, left, right buttons to behave like a joystick. Who knows, we will see. Otherwise, I really love this gimbal. It has tons of nice features. You can record time lapses, motion time lapses with this gimbal. You can even use object tracking, so you can select object or a person on the screen and then the gimbal will track that automatically for you. You can take slow motion videos, or you can shoot regular photos. You can use a lot of filters to color grade your video while recording, and so on and so on. Tons of really nice, interesting features. But the most important thing with this gimbal is that it provides really great results. The videos are really nice and smooth, and this is for everyone who wants to step up their mobile videography skills to make those more professional looking, nice, smooth videos. And one important tip when you're using a gimbal, it is always best to pre-plan your shots, because in that way you will know how and when you will move your gimbal and you will get even better results. If you want to know more about this gimbal or you want to purchase it, you can find a link to their website down there in the description. Alright guys, if you have any questions regarding to this episode, please leave them in the comments below. I will be glad to answer them. And see you guys in the next fun video. Bye bye.